Hello and welcome to this new tutorial. In this tutorial, we shall talk about constructivism in international relations. Well, constructivism in international relations is a theoretical framework that underscores the importance of ideas, norms, culture, and social interactions in shaping global politics. So when we talk about the idea or the concept of constructivism in international relations, then we need to understand that it is a theoretical framework, and this theoretical framework is basically based on importance of ideas, norms, culture, and societal interaction. So the scholars of constructivism believes that the world or international politics is mobilized or motivated by various ideas. Ideas have played a very important role in international relations to shape global politics. Similarly, various norms in international relations also have shaped our politics and the global politics, as well as the culture and various societal or social interactions what we have around the country, around the globe, has actually shaped the global politics. So in short, according to constructivism, the behavior of the state in international relations among the state or between the state is shaped by the ideas which they believe, norms which they are upholding, the culture which they have among themselves, and their continuous social interaction. So these phenomena have shaped global politics, which constructivism believes. So therefore, unlike materialistic theories such as realism and liberalism, which actually focus on power dynamics, security concerns, and economic interest as primary drivers of state behavior, constructivism believes that the international system is not inherently defined by this material factor. Instead, it argues that the system is socially constructed with its structure, institutions, and norms emerging from shared belief, collective practices, and the interaction among the states and other actors. So, unlike the classical theories or materialist theories such as realism and liberalism, which actually believes that the behavior of the state is moved or the global politics is being shaped by power dynamics, security concern, and sometimes and always in fact economic interest, the constructivism has just opposite perception as far as the drivers which are shaping the global politics. And therefore, constructivist argues that instead of this power dynamics, security concerns, and economic interest, it is actually the social construct. It is actually the structure, institutions, and the norms has emerged because of the shared belief among the state on certain principles, certain ideas, certain norms. It is all about collective practices which has led to the change in the global politics. And obviously, as we discussed about the interactions among the states and other actors. In fact, the classic example here of a constructivism in international relations is evolution of European Union as a political and economic entity. So, if you just take this for a moment as an example, then how the European Union has shaped the global politics. The European Union and the members of this European Union community, they have shared identities and norms. They have transformed their state interest. They have their social construct as far as sovereignty is concerned. And therefore, constructivism explains that the European Union's development as not just a product of material interest, that is, as we discuss, realism or liberalism, but also of ideational factor and how state collectively redefine their identities and relationships through shared norms and discourses. So therefore, constructivism has a different take as far as what shapes global politics or how international relations is actually shaping the global politics. So according to constructivism or constructivist scholars, it is all about their structure, it is all about institutions, it's all about ideas, norms, and social interaction. Their belief and their collective practices actually has shaped the global politics. Moving forward, central to constructivism is the notion that the behavior of the state is influenced by their identity and the norms they adopt, which define what is considered appropriate or legitimate in the international arena. And for example, the concept of sovereignty, widely accepted in modern international relations, exists because states collectively recognize and reinforce its significance. Similarly, the evolution of norms around issues such as human rights, environmental protection, and nuclear non-proliferation demonstrate how shared ideas shapes global governance. So as we were discussing about the classic example of European Union, just to illustrate how the global politics has been shaped by the importance of idea, norms, culture, and social interaction, we also have to remember that constructivism also believes in the notion of behavior of the state. And in this aspect, the behavior of the state is influenced by their identities and norms they adopt. And the classic example, another example here, is the sovereignty. So when it comes to the concept of sovereignty, it is widely in a modern international relation is acceptable and exists because all states collectively recognize and reinforce its significance. So how does state collectively recognize the sovereignty? So basically, state collectively recognizes and reinforce sovereignty through shared norms, legal frameworks, and cooperative practices. So this process involves both mutual acknowledgement of sovereignty as a fundamental principle and mechanism to uphold and protect it in international relations. And therefore we have every nation has a common understanding as far as the concept of sovereignty is concerned, and they respect each other sovereignty. So therefore all the sovereign state will follow the international law. They will follow the principle like non-intervention against each other. They will have various treaties and agreement in order to make sure that we respect and recognize each other's sovereignty. Obviously they will have a diplomatic recognition of each other's country, and beside this they obviously would be member of various international organizations, again same international organizations which respect the sovereign state and the sovereignty of every country. So therefore, end of the day, there are norms, there are mutual defense and security alliances, respect for territorial integrity, and by doing this or by acting in these ways, every nation respect and reinforce these principles. So similarly, the evolution of various norms which we have around us, example human rights, environmental protection, and the classic nuclear non-proliferation, also talks about that all these ideas which has shaped today, or all these issues which has brought nations together to discuss these issues, again demonstrate that how the ideas have been shared and how these ideas have shaped the global governance. And therefore constructivism also emphasizes the mutual constitution of an agent, and that agent is a state and structure, and the example of the structures are our international system. So therefore, while states shape the system through their action, the system also influence the state identity and interests. So through social interaction, state forms shared understanding that can lead to both continuity and change in international order. So therefore, constructivism believes and emphasizes that in order to shape the global politics, in order to shape the international relations through the ideas, norms, culture, and social interaction, what you need is two agent and their continuous connectivity or their continuous engagement. And these two agents are obviously state and international system. So the state will influence international system through its own action and vice versa. So there is a social interaction, right? And these social interaction eventually will continue and will see and will bring a lot of changes in international order. So if we are going to have a change in international order, or if we are going to have a change coming up in the future, it is because states are interacting. There is a continuous interaction among the states through bilateral relationship, through trilateral relationship, or maybe multilateral relationship, or sometime at sub-regional level, regional level, as well as at international level. And who does it? This is done through various international organizations. So therefore, constructivism emphasizes that the two agents are very important to bring that change. One is state and the structure. So therefore, constructivism thus provide a lens to understand how ideas, norms, and identity shapes global politics, offering us a dynamic perspective on a change and continuity in international relations. So this is all about the idea or a concept of constructivism and a theory of constructivism in international relations. I hope you have understood this topic, and I will see you soon in next tutorial. Till then, take care.